Hi David. First and foremost, just get your thoughts on the results and the performance.
Well, disappointed with the outcome in the end. Didn't play well in the first half. Got much better in the second half. Stuck at it in extra time and went out in penalties.
Yeah. Did you take it? Come to the first 75 minutes, so second, but in terms of the way they fought back and got the equaliser, and then cause it's a depleted squad that you've got to keep Sunderland at bay and to match them for half an hour during extra time. Do you take any pride in that?
Hugely in the second half. I thought that we didn't do what we wanted to do in the opening part of the game. The first half, we changed it a little bit at half time to try and get more. I thought the players showed that, even if it was only just more energy to show the public that we were keen in trying to get through. And I think that the players done a great job. We got back in the game through a penalty kick. But really, for us to go on and win, we were struggling to find enough solutions. And every time we were thinking of a solution, then there was a worry that somebody else could break down, and we need to take them off. And we were short on those options.
The difficulties in the first half, would you put them down more to the players that you had available, because obviously you're missing so many, or and that element of it, or would you put it down to kind of a failure to deliver your instructions?
You have to say Sunderland are a good team. I think Sunderland they've played really well away from home against most sides this season. We knew they would cause us some problems, and they did do, but we'd sort of thought we'd worked on what we thought we would do to try and solve it, but it didn't come up, and we had to sort of slightly alter at half time. But overall, except for the first half, the players tried their best to get us a result.
What did you make of Adam Asnou's impact, and does that kind of maybe change what you might like to see from the rest of the season? Do you think he could have a role to play within the Everton squad after what you've seen from there?
Well, we played him in a different role when we brought him on today. We put him higher up, sort of more as a left winger, and on the left in front, and we've got him as a left back. And the competition to play in those roles, if you want to talk it, are very, very high. So that makes it less likely in some ways. But I was really pleased for Adam. He's a great boy. He's got bits about him which are ready. Just physically, to be a left back in the Premier League, that's where we're just seeing at the moment where we're needing him to develop.
And then just from a wider perspective, it's been a difficult 6 days of results. Just how would you reflect on this week right now, just in terms of where those results leave in terms of Premier League ambitions and obviously out the cup?
Well, what I want to do is get back to the levels we've been playing at in recent months and recent weeks. I want to get the players back, but I couldn't say that I'm surprised with the results. With what we were going to have available to us in certain games. But a lot of it's our own doing, so we have to take the responsibility of that. We get players sent off in the last game, so that's our fault. But it's very difficult, if we're picking up injuries, and and the boys at AFCON was always going to make this a really difficult month. A 1-1 draw against Sunderland, maybe not the best result, but Sunderland have been doing so well. Wherever they've gone, they've made it difficult for teams. So it wasn't the overall result wasn't so bad. It was just the end part.
Thank you.
What sort of disappointment is there with the nature of the penalties from Beto and Barry in particular? I mean, it's been a long running sort of issue, the striker problem this season. As a manager, do you sort of blame them in any way in that instance, or how would you sort of?
Well, I don't think you blame them when they lose. You lose in a penalty shootout. It's something which can happen. The goalkeeper's there to make saves, but I think there's a way to lose if you're going to do that. And it felt as if we didn't look as if we'd done it in that way, and I think that's why we've all walked away with huge disappointment. We've done a great job to get back in the game and get ourselves level with what was available today, but overall, then when we get to that point, you're hoping that we go on then, show it, and it was poor. But I don't want to be sort of Tom. Someone has to win a penalty shootout, somebody has to lose it, but I do think there's a way to win it and there's a way to lose it, and I didn't think the way we lost it today was the right way.
Is that simply being more emphatic in how it, yeah?
In
how you
taking it,
yeah.
and yeah.
Did it feel like your hands were tied looking at your options on the bench today, because Barry was the only senior player who you could turn to?
Yeah, we were. We may have done other things earlier if we had, but to be fair, the players when they came out at the second half fought themselves back into the game, and were we going to score a goal? Not sure, but we were getting closer. But our goal scoring's been the issue. You know, how we're going to score goals. We're missing really our players who are more liable either to create or score. Been Kieran and Ellie, Jack today as well. If you were talking about today generally. So for us to have those sort of creative players in the ones I think Kieran might have been top goal scorer Welly, so we've got top goal scorers who are not available, and it's been shown in recent weeks really that we don't look like that, and we're a little bit stretched in trying to find ways of scoring.
Mikolenko and Patterson obviously both went off. Was that just managing them with cramp potentially?
They were both cramping up for long before it, and I tried to keep that. I tried not to take them off. In fact, so that's the truth. We didn't want to really take them off, but we knew we'd have to get them through longer because we were incredibly limited with what we had.
And how much did the injury to Irabunum affect your plans? How much did the injury to Irabunum affect your plans?
Yeah. Look, Tim's been doing well for us, so it was another miss from an injury for Tim, which we could have done with today. It would have given us at least something else to use at different times in the game.
Last one, Carly.
Notwithstanding the results, what have you learned some new things today about players you've maybe not seen a lot of, or other players? I mean, what positive can you take out of it?
Not really, because I see them every day in training. I see what they're capable of. But sometimes being given an opportunity gives you a chance to see them. Though young Adam came on and done a great job, but more in a different position than what we got him for. But he done a good job in that way. You know, helped us get forward, helped us create. So yeah, probably what we see is what we know from the players available.
Okay, folks. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.